Hi and welcome back to my channel, and if it's your first time here then welcome. My name's Simone. Today I thought I would do a 2-week postpartum update to show you how I'm getting on with the belly bandit. So I must say, to be honest, I was a bit skeptical whether it would work or not. You know, with my last 2 pregnancies my muscles went so weak, and even after a couple of years I had that I keep forgetting to write the name down, but you know when the muscles are separated, I think it's called like diastasis recti or something like that, but I'll put a link down below as to what I mean. So like if I sit up, so like I said, after 2 years my muscles are still really loose. So if I like sat up from a lying position, my stomach goes into like a dome shape, and if I say I had a really bad cough, I'm not joking, it would literally feel like, I don't know whether it was the intestines or not, like coming through the wall, but I've been to the doctors about it and he couldn't see anything, but it literally felt like something was poking through and would be pulsating in my in the stomach region. And I didn't know whether it was a hernia or what, but I don't know if it's to do with muscle weakness or what it is anyway, but I just felt like my muscles were really weak. So with this birth I decided to buy a belly bandit, and I got the bamboo one, and I managed to get a new one on eBay for £20. So, and I think they're like £50 or £60 new, or they might be even more. So I measured my belly at about 36 weeks, and I think it was measuring like 45 inches. So that correlated to a size medium. So I started wearing it as soon as I got the movement back in my legs after I had the epidural for the retained placenta. If you've not seen that video, I will put that in the link above and at the end. So I've been wearing it since then, and it's been that comfortable that I have been able to wear it day and night. I take it off to go in the bath or the shower, and then it goes back on. And the support that it gives me, especially when I'm breastfeeding, and it's just really, really comfortable. And like I said, it wasn't so much for like a what's the word I'm looking for, it wasn't so much for like a vanity perspective, although obviously it's nice if you're not walking around with like a big like belly, do you know what I mean? But it was more for the posture and to try to help with this muscle closure. So like I said, I will put some clips in now, and also some photographs of how I'm getting on, and I will also find some photos of what my stomach was like before I even got pregnant, because my weight has been up and down for years. I've never been like super slim since I was probably about 16, but my weight fluctuates, and my belly, I don't know if it was because of the C-section or what, but I've got this little like pouch that if I do lose loads of weight I can tuck into, like say like my knickers, or if I was wearing like a bikini I could tuck it in. But the stomach has always been like a troublesome area. But I would say that at this stage, at 2 weeks postpartum, I'm probably at the same as what I was maybe 6 months with my daughter, and probably a year with my son. That was my first birth. Okay, so today is day 8, and I feel like the belly bandit is really working well. I hope I can find some footage to show you of my belly. I would say it was about 3 or 4 months after having Neva, my daughter, the second one, and it looks about a similar size. So I think it's working, but I think I'm gonna have to get a smaller size. I've got a medium on. My belly at its biggest was about 45 inches, and I think that correlated to a size medium if I can remember. So I'll show you now anyway. So excuse the massive boobs, the milk has come in now. So like, yeah, this is with the belt on. This is maternity jeans that I've got on. So like, yeah, I've still got obviously the pouch and the line is still there, but I'm really impressed with it. I was never super skinny anyway, so yeah, but I'll update you again in a couple more days. So I do really like this Belly Bandit. So symptoms wise, the last 2 weeks, I'm still having swelling in the face. I don't know if you can see. Still got quite a bit of swelling around my eyes, but my hands and it's too high up for you to see, babe. So my eyes are still swollen. My hands, my feet are all right. I've lost about I was 13 stone, just over 13 stone, and I've gone down to 11. That was a few days ago, so I don't know what I am now. So I think I've lost like the baby's weight and the placenta. I am still having the bleeding. It's not loads. I wouldn't say it's as much as what I had with my daughters, because I think that's down to obviously that they had to manually remove the placenta, and I think they, like, you know, cleaned out a lot of the stuff down there. Sleep wise, the baby's waking like every 1 to 2 hours. Sometimes it might be 3 hours. So I managed to catch up on a little bit of sleep, and then say like the next night he doesn't sleep as much, so it's like you know, so there's no routine or anything. I'm just trying to get through these early days, you know, obviously feed him as much as possible. That's one thing actually. He didn't lose any weight at his first checkup. I think 6 days after his first weigh-in, he'd put on 9 ounces, which was really fantastic. So yeah, my milk's come in. My boobs are absolutely massive. I look like I've had a boob job. I know that some people would probably be really happy about that, but okay, when you're bouncing. So like, yeah, they're just so huge. I wouldn't say that they're super uncomfortable, because I'm making sure that I'm feeding the baby on a regular basis. Like sometimes he wants to feed every hour or more, so it is helping to drain them, but they're still really massive. And yes, the breastfeeding journey is going really well, and I'm enjoying it, and yeah, no issues there. The baby, he's just really chilled out. He doesn't cry a lot. It's usually if we take a little bit too long to you know, like pick him up when he's been having a sleep, or if we're changing his bum. He doesn't really like the cold air on his bum, I don't think, sometimes. But he's just such a chilled out baby. When he's in the vat, or when we take him out in the pram, like I took the 3 children out on my own about 1 week postpartum. It was the first time I've been out since we got out of hospital, and it was the first time with the 3 children, but it was really alright. Like Caleb, he'd open the doors in the shop for me. Neva would help to push the pram. We went to the park and we spent a good few hours there, and the baby just slept the whole time. So we was out for about 3 hours, and as soon as we arrived home and I stopped the pram, the baby woke up, gave him milk, and he was just fine. So I think I was more apprehensive and scared going out with Caleb than I was with going out with 3 children on my own. So yeah, so far the recovery has just been really good. Compared to the other 2 births, I would say that the recovery has been the easiest so far. And yeah, I'm just really enjoying being a mum again, and just I'm on cloud 9, to be honest. I did have a few... Look at me, Mom! Yep, I did have a few days when we were in the hospital of being teary-eyed and crying, but I think it's because I was in the hospital away from the children, didn't know what was going on in regards to the baby's jaundice. That's another thing, it's pretty much gone now, which is fantastic. So yeah, I just think it was just the situation that I was in. With my other 2 children, especially with Caleb, after the traumatic birth, I'd cry over children's programs, like the music would come on and I'd be crying. Anything would set me off. But I do feel a lot more a lot happier. Don't know if it's a season, because obviously it's coming to the end of our summer, and with my other 2 pregnancies it was in the dead of winter. But I do genuinely feel a lot better, but obviously it's early days and I'll keep you posted. So I really hope that you liked this video, and if you did, please can you give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, then please leave them below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.